walking, running, jumping. I love those things. It feels so good to catch a nice bit of summer breeze, but I hate wearing shoes. There is nothing more in this world that I hate than wearing shoes and going shoe shopping. In fact, just shopping for clothes in general. Not only are shoes ludicrously expensive, but they're always so uncomfortable for like the first 2 weeks you wear them. I have a pair of shoes that I spent far more than I'd like to admit on, and every step it pinches a nerve in my right ankle. I always get a bunch of weird looks when I'm limping down the street. Now, Albert Einstein and I are alike in a lot of ways. Well, mostly in the way that he hated wearing socks. It's no wonder he's considered to be one of the smartest people to ever live. And what's all this garbage about no shirt, no shoes, no service? Now, I may no longer be allowed to come within 30 feet of a Taco Bell anymore, but I say good riddance. So when I saw Baby Steps, a game that encapsulated everything I stand for, I just had to play it. I've never felt so closely bonded to a complete stranger before. It made me realise that, hey, maybe there are people like me out there. Now, the main character and I may not have the same level of social skills, but we have all the same values.
I'm just trying to get you some shoes.
No,
Yeah, because of the bare feet.
I don't. Yeah, that's how I like it.
All I've ever wanted is to spread my burning hatred of footwear to the world. And what a better way to do it than to climb the most abominably difficult, agonisingly unfair vertical climb completely barefoot. This is the Manbreaker. You have no idea how excited I am to do this right now. I have been playing Baby Steps over the last week and a half, trying to get to this point in the game, because I told myself from the get-go, I saw Markiplier playing this for like 5 minutes, turned off the video immediately and bought the game, and I knew immediately I wanted to do the Manbreaker. So I was like, oh, it's a shame. I kind of wish I could just kind of get to the Manbreaker rather than like having to like play all the way through. And it took me like over 6 hours to get here. And there was a part where like I fell into like a muddy puddle after slipping, and I was stuck in that hole for 2 hours. So there were definitely some times where I regretted my decision, you can say. Even so, with all that rage, it is by far one of my absolute favourite games ever. I love this so much. And I'm really excited. I have the whole day planned out for this video. I know if I'm going to do this, it'll take a long time, several hours. So I've got a little bit of an idea of what I'm getting myself into here. This rock just here, this is one of those ones that you slip down if you just stand on it. That will be a common occurrence in this level. The way you do this is, as the name of the game suggests, just little baby steps. So it's not too bad when you just kind of commit. If you don't commit, it's over. Funnily enough as well, my controller has been like making like a really weird like spring noise. Like every time I click the right trigger, which is how you walk, you click the back triggers, it makes a really annoying like spring squashing sound, and it's been really driving me nuts. And I was looking forward to recording this video, and then I was like, oh man, you're gonna hear that squeaky spring sound all the way through. So I've had to literally be dosing the controller constantly with WD-40. Sounds good now, but yeah, my triggers have been really suffering from this. Even though I'm excited for this, I know I'm no fool. I know good players have taken hours and hours to beat. To beat this, but I believe I'll get it done today. I see you, Bennett Foddy. Funny story, I have always had a pretty rubbish camera setup for recording videos. When I started off back in my uni days, I had no tripod, I had nothing like that. I actually recorded off of my MacBook, which wasn't great quality visuals or audio, but I eventually progressed. I got a camera, and I was using a rocky water bottle. So I was using a water bottle that never sat down flat. I rested my camera on the lid of my water bottle. Weirdly enough, it never kind of like failed me. It was fine. And I used a really harsh angle poised desk lamp pointed right at my face. It was like, I had to, because it was so bright, I had to cover it with post-it notes. So it wasn't, I've never really had the best setup, but I eventually got like, I eventually got like a tripod, but it broke. So I have, for the last like 15 videos that I've made, I have been recording off my camera resting on 4 books balanced on a Pokemon card trading game lunchbox tin, which is also balanced with my camera balanced on a magnet. And I have no idea, like, I just couldn't be bothered to, like, look to order anything else. And it's been fine, to be fair. But I just got another tripod, and it's so much better because that lunchbox actually blocks, like, a quarter of my screen. So it was really annoying. I was just so lazy. But man, having an actual setup is just so good. I think we're further ahead than before. I think I've seen a video, I don't remember it, but I've seen a video of someone beating this, and I know it takes like 11 minutes. I know it's not going to take me 11 minutes. I know it'll take me a lot longer than that, but it shouldn't be too bad. I'm never going to give up. I love this game, and I will die on this hill that I will get this done. Yes, that is a long way to go, but see how far we've already come. I like how they make this guy just so unappealing to look at, like all the sweat marks in all the wrong places. And some physics, shall we say. Every like decision that was made to make this game has been like intentionally to like annoy you. Like how he makes like really pathetic grunting and whining noises every time he makes a mistake. But that's why we love it. It wouldn't be a Bennett Foddy game without it. We've got the getting over it, now we've got this. Like, even though it seems like a really, like, when I was... And it's over, we're back down. That was perfect. That was perfect. Even though it seems like when I was watching this, I had no idea how people like controlled the feet. I was like, this is so weird. Like, how does this work? But using the back triggers, like, it's so precise where you want his feet to go. It's amazing. I'm very glad though that I didn't fall all the way down. When your knee gets in the way, like, it doesn't let you put your foot down all the way, which is kind of like this. Like, you see that? I also sometimes accidentally lift my back foot up before my front foot goes down, which is something I need to stop myself from doing. No. I nearly slipped off my chair then. Like, what is this, man? What is this? I think I've got to go sideways. Like, I may even go backwards here. Yeah, like, look at this. I was going to say, that's so much better. Okay, first big fall. The weight is lifted. I've fallen. There's no big pressure anymore. So now I'll be able to smash this. But that's that whole issue I was talking about with you, like, your knees getting in the way. I've got to go at an angle. Even though I did that pretty poorly then, you could probably see that the way I was doing it with like turning sideways was better. Your knees don't get in the way. There was one particular portion that I mentioned about this game being like absolutely horribly brutal. I can't remember like what like chapter. It's like the mud chapter in the forest, and there was a whole area where if you fell like at any point it sent you all the way back down. There was a plank, like a really thin plank where you have to cross a stream, and if you fall you go in a mudslide that sends you way back down into like a big pool of water you just really can't get out of. And I actually fell before I even got to that, and I just slipped into it. I spent 2 hours trying to get out of that, and I hate leaving a game, especially like this. I hate leaving a game having progressed less than when I started. I wanted to go to bed about 2 hours before, but I was absolutely determined I was not going to leave the game further back than when I started. And I didn't even manage to accomplish that. It is massively punishing. I know that's like the whole like genre, that's like the reason why this game, Bennett Foddy's games are so popular. But that part in particular was brutal to a point where I wanted to I can't even, because I'm not a ragey guy. I'm not. I've never gotten angry like at a game or like watching sports, anything like that. That was like the first time I properly felt like my controller was at risk of going through my screen. So you did a good job at making this as frustrating as possible. I like climbing on the rock sections. The rock sections are actually loads of fun. There's like the mud part and where you're walking on sand. The sand part was fine, but like the rocks are just so nice to walk on because you often don't really slip off them unless it's designed to be like a slope. Even though this is like super annoying, whoa, away from the wall, I would highly recommend playing this game. It is a ton of fun. It's one of those ones that you'll hate every second of until you do it and you're like, that was fun. No, how are you supposed to do this? The big problem that a lot of people have, me included, is not committing. You have to commit. Yep, commit. And how is this possible? Oh man, this is awful. I regret my decision. No, I don't. I am the best. No. Oh man, my palms are so sweaty right now. First cutscene.
This stairs raw.
Yeah, they look good.
So good.
I just kind of was hoping for adventure, I guess.
Not buying it. It doesn't look like an adventure. It goes the exact same way as the stairs.
It's less safe.
What, is that good?
No.
You've made a mistake. You should just go back down and come up the stairs. It'd be so much easier.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I will.
Catch you at the top anyway.
I'll think about it.
So first cutscene, happy with that. These cutscenes always crack me up. It's like an absolute fever dream. I have no idea how they thought of like, any of the plot or story in this game. Oh, don't even try that. It's not worth it. Oh, I know that right at the end of the Manbreaker, the hardest section is at the very, very end. It's a really slippery slope, and I'm so dreading that. I'm dreading that so much. Okay, this is a hard, little tricky section. Whoa, my screen cut to black. This has happened before with one of my other videos. The game itself on the PS5 doesn't seem to record too well. If my screen cuts off at a pivotal moment, I will... Crash out. Calm. Breathe deeply. I'm good. But that screen cutting to black is not a good thing. Let's hope that doesn't happen again. Good thing I've got loads of space for a very large recording. Just don't hover above a big gap with one leg in the air. There better not be any... Oh my god, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, what was that? What was that, man? Why indeed? Why indeed? Funny thing, my birthday is today and I am spending it doing this. Why did I decide to do that? Because I thought this would be fun. I think after I beat this, I'm gonna like have like a month and a half minimum off from ever playing this game again. Perfect. I'm getting past that very consistently, but it is at the bottom, so you come across it more often. I can't imagine anything less comfortable than this outfit. Oh my god, stop it, man. Any fall is a devastating fall. Oh, look at those sweat marks, man. The big thing about this is most steps you do aren't going to be like a permanent one. So like if you step, you are probably going to slip a little. It's about having quick reaction times and like that. Like you've got to always have your eye on the game and make sure you never do what I did when I made that huge fall. You've got to actively make sure you're moving basically kind of at all times, with exceptions. Oh, but just think about how good this is going to be when I finally beat this. This is the sort of challenge that like I live for. I love tough challenges in video games, but it's kind of hard to find one that like I really like, but this is it. Don't ask me why or what that says about me, but it's so fun. Okay, this is the like little hard bit, little tricky bit that we got going on here. Okay, this bit's awful. I hate this. That's what I mean by nothing's a solid footing. You've got to act on your feet, literally. No, you didn't. You didn't. You didn't. So I assume some of you have a problem with my barefoot way of life and have some things to say about it. But before you argue, let me tell you a few things. First off, verrucas. With no one wearing shoes, there may be more of them, but if everyone has them, then you won't need to worry about trying not to spread them anymore. Number 2, what if you come across a sharp object? Simple. Don't step on it. Number 3, it's no different to when you go swimming. Number 4, think of all the money you'll save, especially those of you with larger feet. And number 5, how do you think cavemen got on all those years ago? I never saw them complaining about it. See? Nothing to say now, huh? Wow, look at this speed, dude. That's why you don't go at that speed. Ah, I'm so stupid. Ooh, that looks like a painful fall if I've ever seen one. I really didn't think I'd struggle this much with this, which is really stupid because it's a difficult thing. I just thought, I've played this for 6 hours, I've got some tough stuff, I'm good. Nope. Good save. Oh yeah, and the sound effects in this game. There's no music, I don't think, really, but there's like these like really popping, clicking sounds or like chicken sounds, and it's just literally there to be as annoying as possible. Another one of those things that just really adds to the frustration of when you've like fallen a really long way, and then it's like you got these like clicking, popping noises that are just constantly just irritating you.
Oh, crap.
Indeed. Indeed. That was an insane save, but I'm back before the hard bit, which sucks. I hate this part. I knew it was stupid. I knew it was stupid, and I was greedy. I was greedy. I wonder what happens if you take the Mandraker and then take the stairs, because I highly doubt you'll get like a different cutscene. But I think there's actually an achievement for taking the stairs, but I don't think there's one for taking the Mandraker, which is again a very Bennett Foddy thing to do, making the hard thing to think you don't get an achievement for. If that's the case, that is kind of hilarious. Oh no! Oh. God, I hate this so much, man. I'm just falling in really stupid places I shouldn't be falling in. I do wonder how far up I am, like in the grand scheme of things. Like that fall where I did like drop there. Was I close or was I still really far away? I might have underestimated the Mandraker's power. Even despite the awful falls and how annoying this has been. Don't talk. Yeah, I'm not finishing my sentence. I'm done. The visuals in this game are very good. Everything looks really nice, other than this guy. But like, even his outfit, as disgusting as it is, having like all those like sweat marks and like everything reacting to the environment is in, like when he's in sand, I think it looks sandy. When he's fallen in mud, it looks muddy. It's really cool to see such attention to detail. And now we're getting back to that god-awful section. I'm about halfway, I think. Okay, this is where I'll have to be slow because I keep making stupid mistakes and that is very irritating. Like, what is that? What is that? What is that? How am I supposed to do that? I'm going to watch a video on how to do that because that's really irritating me. So I just watched a video on how to do that section I keep falling at. And when I said, hey, I'm not too far away, I was 1 minute out of the 11-minute video the way through. And that was where I fell. If this guy decided to use his hands at some point, this would make things so much easier. I wonder why, like, in the game, like, he doesn't use his hands at all. Like, I know the whole concept is to use your feet and that's why it's hard, but like, why doesn't he use his hands? It doesn't make any sense to me. I came up with the idea for this game. No, I didn't. I came up with the idea for this video, and the moment I had it, I was like, this is the best. I am so excited to do this video. It is going to be the best thing I ever make. And then I was like, wait, I actually have to beat the Mandraker to make this video. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe I'm not so excited to do this anymore. Because I realised I didn't really know how long it was going to take. I knew it would be so hard. Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, I'm not gonna like pause to like celebrate because I'll fall. I know I'll fall. This is the furthest I've made it in a long time. I'm not gonna pop off or freak out because I need absolute, complete and utter concentration. So this is the second time I've been here now. So if I now can get past this section where I fell, that big gap, hopefully it shouldn't be too bad for a while. I know I'll probably fall again. I'm probably not gonna one-shot the rest of the game. Oh my god, I didn't overthink it, I just did it. That was incredible. So it's not that hard, it's just only hard if you really overthink things, which is my job, I'm an overthinker. So this is actually the furthest I've ever been. And it looks like this is where my journey ends. Wow, I said, I can't believe that, because that wasn't even very difficult. I said that kind of as a joke, like this is where my journey ends. Turns out it was. I didn't even look at where I was putting my foot, I just wanted to go for it. That was really stupid of me, but it worked out. This is really hard, but it doesn't look it particularly, but it is. Yes. And we're getting to I think the icy bit now, the snowy part. I never want to let my hands off the controller or my eyes off the controller or the game, because last time I did that I fell. Okay, this is... God, no. Not many of these steps are particularly awful. Like, if there wasn't a huge risk, if there wasn't like a huge drop just below them, it would be such a simple section. But it's just a little stressful. Okay, perfect. I was scared about that part because I didn't want to just slip down. I know, I can, I said almost guarantee, I will absolutely guarantee I will fall at some point. So when that day happens, I'm prepared. I will still be devastated, but it won't be like I didn't expect it. Even though these steps are particularly simple, a simple little slip up and you're down. I just hope I get caught somewhere on the way down before going totally all the way down. Okay. Regardless of what happens now, there's still a stupidly hard parts at the end. Okay, that nearly totally threw me off. When I get used to one camera angle, I cannot get used to another one, simply put. I wonder if I fall all the way back down, whether the lighting goes back to daytime, or whether it's now the afternoon. You see over there, that light in the distance, is that another manbreaker? Like, are there multiple of the same thing in case you like end up in a different spot? I bet there are, because I've seen a couple manbreaker stairways. Okay, now is not the time to be conversing. This is rough, because I think this probably falls if you step on the... Yep, it's falling right now. That was risky as all could be, but I had to do it some way or another. Just kind of going for it has been pretty good. This is harder than it looks, actually. I lied, it's easy. Oh! The fact that I didn't get to the end part to practice it hurts a little bit. To be honest, I only just made it past that beginning section, and I almost made it like all the way up in one go from like having not made it past the beginning in ages. Oh look, you can see the daytime shifting back to daytime again. But I really hope there'd be like some ledge to fall on, but there just isn't. You are kind of like overhanging nothing. I'm gonna have to sift through about like 7 hours of recording to edit this. This is gonna be a nightmare, but it's gonna be worth it. That's an okay fall. That's an okay fall. Ah, that sucks. That's not the worst thing ever. Having more exposure. Having more exposure's good. Having more exposure's good. I like my new positive me. Get nerves are coming back a little bit. They're coming back a little bit. Yes. Furthest I've ever been. We've got like 10 seconds of safety right now, so this feels pretty good. I think that is. I swear that is that is a thong on the moon. Didn't expect to ever hear that, did you? Where are we going now? Oh, over there. So I just did this for nothing. And this is literally the end. That's it. That's literally it. That is insane. I'm going to beat this today. That's a fine fall. That's a fine fall. I cannot believe I'm actually at the top. Not quite the top, but as tippy top as you can get without being at the top. I didn't realise I'd make this much progress today, honestly. This is a tough little bit. It's a tough little bit. Okay. Okay, this is a commitment. Jesus. That's fine. That's an okay fall. That's an okay fall. Okay, stop there. That's rough. Like, once you get up that part, it'll be better. But that's rough. This is a brutal ending. This is a brutal ending. At least the falls before, like, the last stretch are manageable. If these falls were, like, all the way to the bottom, this would be, like, awful. That looked way scarier looking down. Yes, dude. Yeah, you can see that gap's got a really hard drop straight below it. Final stretch. Yes! Yes! Oh, I did it!
Careful. Careful. Jim! Ah! Oh, shit.
I did it! I did it first try! I did it! Look at that! That's how far we made it! That's how far we made it. Now get the hell away from that edge right now! Oh my god! Now, don't get me wrong, shoes aren't completely useless. Just kidding, they are. And thanks to Johnson's Footwear for sponsoring this video. If you're looking for soft, comfortable footwear, you've come to the right place. Make sure to use the code SHOESRULE in the checkout to get 15% off. Again, that's SHOESRULE to get 15% off your next order. And thanks to the ones he sent me. They're so comfortable. Make sure not to miss out. Thanks again to Johnson's Footwear.